Today, we're unlocking the secrets of the rare and highly collectible Australian coins, a coin that may look ordinary, but could be worth hundreds if you know what to look for. This bronze beauty hides jaw-dropping errors, mysterious silver strikes. This coin has more value than you might think. Let's get started. First up, we explore a coin. Not because it glitter more brightly, but because it hold within them the weight of history, artistry, and rarity. The 1966 Australian 2-cent coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history, representing a pivotal year in Australia's transition to decimal currency. This humble bronze coin, often overlooked in everyday change, carries a rich legacy tied to Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the nation's cultural identity. Featuring the second portrait of Her Majesty by Arnold Machine, and the Queen wearing the iconic Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, radiating regal elegance. The reverse, designed by the renowned Stuart Devlin, highlights Australia's unique wildlife with the frill-necked lizard, a creature as distinctive as the coin itself. Struck during the first year of Australia's decimal system, these coins were minted in vast quantities, yet certain rare variations, like those struck on incorrect silver planchets or missing mint marks, have become the stuff of legend among collectors. The historical weight of this coin, combined with its artistic beauty, makes it a must-have for anyone passionate about Australian numismatics. What truly sets the 1966 2-cent coin apart are its unique errors and varieties, which can turn an ordinary piece into a highly sought-after treasure. Most of these coins were minted in bronze, but a handful were accidentally struck on silver planchets intended for other denominations, creating extraordinary rarities. These silver errors are among the most valuable Australian decimal coins, with some fetching thousands of dollars at auction. Another key detail is the absence of a mint mark. Since all 1966 coins were produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, no mint mark was necessary, but later reissues or special strikes sometimes bore one, making the original issue distinct. Collectors also prize coins with deep black toning, a result of decades of natural oxidation, which adds character and rarity. When grading these coins, sharpness in the lizard's frill and the Queen's portrait are critical, as wear significantly impacts value. For collectors, understanding the market value of the 1966 2-cent coin requires careful attention to condition and rarity. Common examples in circulated condition might only be worth a few dollars, serving as affordable entry points. For new collectors, however, uncirculated specimens with full original luster can command $20 to $50, while high-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC may reach $100 or more. The real prizes, though, are the silver planchet errors, which have sold for upwards of $10,000 in pristine condition. Even minor die variations or off-center strikes can add significant premiums. When hunting for these coins, examine the edges. Silver errors will appear noticeably different from standard bronze pieces, and look for strong strikes with minimal wear, especially on the lizard's delicate frill details. The appeal of the 1966 2-cent coin extends beyond its monetary value, embodying a slice of Australian heritage. Stuart Devlin's frill-necked lizard design captures the nation's love for its unique wildlife, while Arnold Machane's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II reflects Australia's ties to the Commonwealth. This coin was part of a bold monetary reform, replacing the pounds and pence system with dollars and cents, making it a symbol of progress. For history buffs, owning one is like holding a piece of that transformative era. Collectors also appreciate its compact size and intricate details, which make it a joy to study under magnification. Whether you're drawn to its artistry, historical significance, or investment potential, this little coin has something to offer everyone. Timing is everything in coin collecting, and right now may be the perfect moment to acquire a 1966 2-cent coin. With growing interest in decimal-era rarities and Australian numismatics gaining global attention, prices for high-quality examples are steadily rising. The silver errors, in particular, have seen dramatic increases in value over the past decade, making them solid investment pieces. Even common-date coins in top condition are becoming harder to find as more collectors enter the market. For those just starting, now is an excellent time to build a collection before prices climb further. In the world of numismatics, few coins blend history, artistry, and collectability, as seamlessly as Australia's 1966 2-cent piece. From its elegant royal portrait to its iconic reptilian reverse, this small but mighty coin tells a big story. With rare errors commanding top dollar, and even common examples holding nostalgic value, it's a cornerstone of any Australian collection. As interest in decimal coins grows and available high-grade specimens dwindle, there's never been a better time to secure one for your collection. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the 1966 2-cent coin is a treasure, waiting to be discovered, one that promises both personal enjoyment and potential financial reward for years to come. And secondly, we explore. One such treasure is the 1972 Australian 2-cent coin, a seemingly humble piece of bronze that tells a story far richer than its face value suggests. Born in the early years of Australia's decimal currency, this coin showcases the second official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right and wearing the iconic Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, designed by the renowned Arnold Machine. It's more than just a currency. It's a snapshot of a nation's evolving identity during the 20th century. Flip the coin, and you're met with the bold prehistoric stare of the frill-necked lizard, Chlamydosaurus kingi, its ornate frills spread wide in a defensive display. This unique creature, endemic to Australia and parts of New Guinea, was masterfully brought to life by designer Stuart Devlin, who captured the raw wildness of the outback in his now legendary series of fauna-inspired coin designs. The 2-cent piece stood as a tribute to Australia's natural wonders, and in 1972, this design was at the height of its cultural relevance. While millions were struck for circulation, few survive today in the top conditions that collectors seek, and fewer still with the oddities and errors that can transform them into numismatic gold. What makes the 1972 2-cent coin particularly intriguing for collectors isn't just its design, but the potential for rare variants and production quirks. Standard coins bear no mint mark, struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. However, anomalies such as strikes on foreign planchets, double strikes, or the extremely rare but rumored silver planchet errors add tremendous value for the sharp-eyed numismatist. Even toning, especially deep black or iridescent hues from environmental exposure, can enhance a coin's desirability when paired with high-grade surfaces. These oddities are usually discovered by those who know where to look and what subtle signs to study, making them thrilling finds in the wild world of coin hunting. Let's talk numbers. In circulated condition, a standard 1972 2-cent coin might only fetch $0.50 to $2 AUD depending on where. But in uncirculated, UNC, or brilliant, uncirculated BU grades, prices jump significantly. A high-grade example can command $15 to $30 AUD, while those with verified mint errors or superior toning have sold at auctions for over $100 AUD. With silver planchet errors, though extremely rare and largely speculative, potentially worth several $100s to specialized collectors. The key here is condition. Grading is everything. A coin with full detail, no scratches, and original mint luster will always outperform even the rarest variant if it's been mishandled. So how can a collector identify a worthwhile 1972 2-cent piece? First, look for sharpness in the Queen's tiara. Each point should be crisp and visible under magnification. On the reverse, inspect the lizard's frill and scales. A well-struck coin will show fine detail throughout. For grading, seek coins with minimal contact marks, no corrosion, and original reddish-brown luster if possible. Use a 10x loop to scan for doubling or planchet anomalies and weigh your coins. Anything significantly off the standard 5.18 grams could be worth investigating further. And never underestimate the power of eye appeal. Coins with unusual toning or strong color contrast often draw fierce bidding in auctions. For both seasoned collectors and newcomers, 1972 2-cent coin offers a rich field of discovery. Its historical roots, artistic merit, and potential for rare variants make it a small but mighty prize in any collection. It's affordable enough for beginners to dive into, yet complex enough to keep experts intrigued. In a world where classics, coins are disappearing from circulation, and metal prices continue to climb, these bronze beauties represent both history and investment opportunity. The 1972 2-cent coin was part of standard circulation, so it isn't considered rare in the traditional sense. However, high-grade examples, especially those in mint state or proof condition, are getting harder to find as these coins age and disappear from circulation. Collectors who appreciate artistic design and historical portraiture continue to seek out this specific year because of the clarity and character of both the obverse and reverse designs. Now, more than ever, might be the best time to start collecting or upgrading your 2-cent coins. With increasing interest in Australian pre-decimal and early decimal coinage, values are on the rise, and competition is heating up. Whether you're building a full-year set, hunting for mint errors, or simply appreciating the story behind each coin, the 1972 issue deserves your attention. So check your drawers, sift through those old coin jars, and keep your eyes peeled, because the next great find might be hiding in the most unexpected place. And thirdly, we explore the rich world of Australian coinage. The 1978 2-cent coin holds a special place among collectors, not merely for its face value or utility, but for the fascinating stories etched in copper. Bearing the regal likeness of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin belongs to a series minted during a time of national pride and evolving identity. What sets the 1978 edition apart is not some overt anomaly at first glance, but rather a confluence of history, craftsmanship, and quiet rarity that makes it a coveted find in today's numismatic circles. The portrait, a serene right-facing profile of the Queen adorned with the elegant Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, was designed by the celebrated British sculptor Arnold Machine. It was his second official portrait of Her Majesty to be used on coinage, and it became iconic across many Commonwealth nations. This subtle yet stately representation anchors the coin in a historical moment of continuity, as Australia cemented its identity within the Commonwealth while embracing its unique cultural and ecological heritage. Turn the coin over, and you're greeted by one of nature's most theatrical reptiles, the frill-necked lizard, or Chlamydosaurus kingi, dramatically posed with its frill fully extended in a defensive posture. This creature, endemic to Australia and parts of southern New Guinea, was brought to life in vivid detail by the Australian goldsmith and designer Stuart Devlin. Devlin's reverse design for the 2-cent coin remains one of the most beloved in Australian coinage history, not only for its visual flair but for the way it symbolizes the wild, untamed beauty of the Australian continent. In a sea of coins that often default to shields or crests, this coin's depiction of a native lizard was an audacious and proudly Australian choice, one that gave a copper coin the feel of a miniature national artwork. What truly entices seasoned collectors, however, are the subtle variations and anomalies that emerge from standard circulation coins like the 1978 2-cent piece. While the vast majority of these coins were minted without any visible mint mark, produced at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, a few rare errors have been reported over the years. The most sought-after of these are those struck on the wrong planchet, such as a silver or cupro-nickel blank, which would normally be reserved for other denominations. These planchet errors result in coins that are noticeably lighter in tone and often glint silver in the light, a stark contrast to the expected reddish-brown hue of standard bronze issues. Even rarer are examples showing signs of incomplete strikes, off-centering, or unusual toning patterns, such as deep black or rainbow hues caused by chemical exposure and time. These features turn an everyday pocket find into a potentially valuable collector's item. The collector market for the 1978 Australian 2-cent coin is quietly robust, with values that surprise many new to the field. In well-circulated condition, a typical example may only fetch around $0.30 to $1 AUD. However, coins graded in higher conditions, particularly those with near uncirculated AU or mint state MS grades, can bring in significantly more. An MS-65 example, with its sharp details and brilliant luster intact, can command $10 to $25 AUD depending on demand. Those rare error coins, especially the silver planchet strikes or high-grade examples with eye-catching toning, have sold in private sales and auctions for over $100 AUD, and in extreme cases, values can soar even higher when verified by a professional grading service. For collectors, identifying a worthwhile 1978 2-cent coin hinges on several subtle factors. First, Examine the fields and high points under good lighting. Look for clean surfaces with minimal scratches and strong strike quality, especially around the queen's hair and the frilled edges of the lizard. Any unusual coloration should prompt a closer inspection. Black or silver tones may indicate exposure to unique environmental conditions or, in some instances, an error plancher. Coins with die cracks, doubling, or off-center strikes are also worth holding on to. Now is perhaps the best moment in decades to begin collecting or investing in these charming bronze relics. As interest in vintage Australian coinage surges, fueled by international collectors and nostalgic locals alike, prices are beginning to reflect scarcity rather than mere age. Coins like the 1978 2-cent offer an accessible entry point into serious numismatics, with the added thrill of possible hidden value. Whether you're just starting your collecting journey or expanding a decades-old portfolio, the humble lizard coin is no longer just loose change. It's a window into the artistic, natural, and political legacy of 20th century Australia. And, for those lucky enough to uncover an error or high-grade specimen, it might just be a miniature fortune hiding in plain sight. And fourthly, we're diving deep. In the world of coin collecting, few pieces carry the quiet mystique of Australia's 1977 2-cent coin. At first glance, it appears unassuming. A small bronze piece bearing the elegant second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machan, her regal profile facing right, adorned with the iconic Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Yet beneath its humble exterior lies a story of rarity, craftsmanship, and unexpected value. Struck during a transitional period in Australian coinage, this coin features the remarkable frill-necked lizard, a design by Stuart Devlin that celebrates the country's unique wildlife. Unlike earlier years, the 1977 issue holds subtle secrets that make it a standout for collectors, from its lack of a mint mark to the occasional silver plancher error, a rare mistake that transforms this ordinary coin into a numismatic gem. The historical backdrop of the 1977 2-cent coin adds to its allure. By the late 1970s, Australia was phasing out its bronze coins in favor of more cost-effective materials, making this one of the last traditional 2-cent pieces before the shift. The coin's obverse showcases Machin's refined portrait of the Queen, while the reverse highlights Devlin's intricate frill-necked lizard, a creature endemic to Australia and New Guinea. What makes this year particularly intriguing is the absence of a mint mark, a detail that distinguishes it from other issues and fuels speculation among collectors. Even more fascinating are the rare silver plancher errors, coins accidentally struck on leftover silver blanks, creating a shimmering anomaly that can fetch astonishing prices at auction. For collectors, the 1977 2-cent coin offers a thrilling hunt. Grading is crucial, with premium values assigned to specimens in mint state, MS, condition. Look for sharp details on the lizard's frill and the queen's tiara, with minimal wear or bag marks. Coins with deep, even black toning are especially sought after, as this natural patina indicates age and authenticity. The rare silver plancher errors, though exceedingly scarce, are the holy grail. These coins exhibit a distinct metallic sheen, and weigh slightly less than their bronze counterparts. Even in lower grades, a well-preserved 1977 2-cent coin can command attention. But the finest examples, graded MS 65 or higher, can reach surprising sums, often between $50 and $200, while silver errors have been known to sell for over $1,000. The appeal of this coin extends beyond its monetary value. It represents a snapshot of Australian history, a time when coinage was transitioning, and artistic design still held prominence. For beginner collectors, the 1977 2-cent is an accessible entry point, affordable in lower grades but with enough rarity to make the hunt exciting. Seasoned numismatists appreciate its nuances, from the potential for errors to the historical context of its production. Unlike flashy gold or silver coins, this humble bronze piece tells a quieter story, one that rewards patience and a keen eye. Timing is everything in collecting, and now is an ideal moment to seek out the 1977 2-cent coin. With growing interest in mid-20th century Australian coinage, prices for high-grade examples are steadily climbing. The silver plancher errors, once overlooked, are now recognized as genuine rarities, drawing competitive bidding. Moreover, as more collectors turn their attention to error coins and unusual variants, the market for these pieces is poised to expand. For those building a themed collection, whether focused on reptile designs, Elizabethan portraits, or Australian decimal coins, this issue is a must-have. For those eager to start the search, here's a pro tip. Focus on originality. Avoid cleaned or polished coins, as these lose their natural toning and value. Instead, seek out pieces with rich, undisturbed surfaces, whether they display the classic bronze hue or the elusive silver error. Online auctions, coin shows, and reputable dealers are the best places to find quality specimens. And don't overlook bulk lots. Sometimes, the rarest treasures are hiding in plain sight. In the end, the 1977 2-cent coin is more than just pocket change. It's a miniature masterpiece of design, a relic of Australia's numismatic history, and a testament to the thrill of discovery. Whether you're a casual collector or a dedicated investor, this coin offers a unique blend of affordability and rarity, making it a standout in any collection. As interest in vintage coinage continues to rise, there's never been a better time to appreciate and acquire this little piece of Australian heritage. Happy hunting! And now we're talking about the ever-evolving world of coin collecting. Few pieces spark the quiet intrigue of the 1983 Australian 2-cent coin, featuring the regal second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the proud prehistoric majesty of the frill-necked lizard. Issued during a time of subtle but important transitions within Australian coinage, this copper-plated coin holds far more than face value. It embodies an era, a culture, and the careful artistry of two of the most respected designers in numismatic history, Arnold Machin and Stuart Devlin. Machin's second definitive portrait of the Queen, elegant, composed, and crowned with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, faces right with a poised permanence, while Devlin's masterful depiction of the Chlamydosaurus kingi, its frill in mid-display, bursts with life on the reverse, immortalizing one of Australia's most iconic reptiles. The 1983 edition marks a significant moment, as it was one of the last years that the 2-cent coin was minted in standard circulation before production ceased entirely in 1989. Though hundreds of thousands were struck, the passage of time has rendered the finest specimens increasingly elusive. What makes the 1983 coin so intriguing isn't just its historical placement or artistic merit. It's the mysteries and anomalies that sometimes accompany it. No official mint mark was used, and though most examples are a standard bronze composition, reports have circulated about rare instances of misstruck coins appearing on silver planchets, possibly remnants from test strikes or minting errors. Such oddities, when verified, can elevate an otherwise common coin into the realm of true numismatic treasure. Collectors are especially drawn to the 1983 2-cent coin due to its transitional nature and the richness of its design, which represents a fading chapter in Australian currency. The second portrait of the Queen, used from 1966 to 1984, is a symbol of stability during a period of global and regional economic flux. This coin not only holds monetary value, it's a relic of cultural significance. Coins found in uncirculated or mint state condition, particularly those with original reddish luster or sharp frill detail on the lizard, are increasingly rare. Mint state MS65 plus examples can fetch between $10 to $25 AUD, depending on eye appeal, while circulated coins still retain collector interest, often selling for $1 to $3 AUD in good condition. However, coins with verified planchet errors or unique toning, especially those with an unusual silver sheen or deep black toning, can command hundreds of dollars at auction. For both novice and veteran collectors, identifying high-grade examples of the 1983 2-cent coin means looking for crisp detail, particularly in the Queen's tiara and the texture of the lizard's frill. Luster plays a critical role. Original mint bloom is a strong indicator of proper storage and minimal handling. Avoid coins with heavy scratches or corrosion, though slight patinas, especially black or iridescent toning, can actually increase appeal among certain collectors. Also, stay alert for weight anomalies that could hint at silver planchet errors. Any coin that feels lighter or distinctly different in tone should be weighed and possibly submitted for professional grading. The design team behind this coin elevates its pedigree even further. Arnold Machine, whose serene portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II appeared on coins across the Commonwealth, imbued his portrait with grace and timelessness. Stuart Devlin, Australia's renowned goldsmith and coin designer, brought a touch of the wild to the reverse, showcasing native fauna in a way no other designer had before. The frilled dragon, poised as if caught in defensive display, is not only an artistic marvel but a celebration of Australia's rich biodiversity. This combination of classic royalty and rugged nature encapsulates the duality of Australia's identity during the early 1980s. What makes the 1983 2-cent coin especially compelling right now is its growing scarcity in high grades, particularly as more collectors recognize its place in history. Many examples have been lost to time, melted down, or damaged in circulation, and with Australia phasing out the 1 and 2 cent coins decades ago, now, more than ever, is the ideal time to either begin or expand a collection that includes this fascinating coin. Not only is the market ripe with interest, but prices for high-quality specimens remain accessible, though trends indicate this won't last much longer. As demand increases and supplies dwindle, especially for coins with rare errors or outstanding visual quality, values are likely to climb. Whether you're a new collector searching for an affordable piece of history, or a seasoned numismatist hunting the elusive silver planche variant, the 1983 Australian 2-cent coin offers a unique blend of artistry, rarity, and cultural resonance that few coins of its denomination can match.